An American volunteer supports the new federal state of China. On May 17, 2022, prior to the second anniversary of the new federal state of China, Nicole interviewed Adam, an American volunteer. She told him the truth about the June 4th massacre in Tiananmen Square. Adam commented that the Chinese Communist Party, with people's blood on its hands, is afraid of a repeat where they are taken down, similar to the collapse of the Soviet Union, who was taken down by the people. Therefore, the CCP has silenced all opinions. The Chinese who resist the totalitarian rule of the Chinese Communist Party disappear, are arrested, imprisoned, or even murdered. A strong government should be able to tolerate dissent, and it is clear that the CCP is not that strong. The economy of the Chinese Communist Party is enormous, but it was built up by squeezing the blood and sweat of the people, employing cheap child labor and exploiting slaves in concentration camps. This unfair competition has destroyed the normal economic order of other countries. In order to cater to the greater business interests of American companies from China, too many American politicians bowed to the Chinese Communist Party. The Clinton administration gave the Chinese Communist Party most favored nation status, and continues to do so today. Adam also said that if he could get a flag of the new federal state of China, he would definitely hang it on his house in Washington on June 4th to show his support for the new federal state of China. The next day, Adam continued his interview with Nicole in the Big Tent, mentioning that in the age of the internet, the Chinese Communist Party has become more censorious and more advanced, making it more difficult for people to access the truth. He also learned that during the recent protests against the COVID lockdown in the Communist China, even the Chinese national anthem was blocked by the authorities because of the opening line, "Rise up, people who do not want to be slaves." Politicians as public figures generally have thick skin, like Trump and Biden, who accept public teasing as a matter of routine. But the Chinese Communist Party leaders cannot accept jokes at all, so much so that they banned the release of the Winnie the Pooh cartoon series and blocked the comedy South Park, etc. Adam knew that communism advocates reverse elimination, destroying the human will and creativity of people and rewarding only those who follow orders. Nicole took up the topic and continued to expose the Chinese Communist Party's infiltration, influence, and control of the Western mainstream media through money, with current companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube establishing speech censorship to silence dissenting voices, including the shutdown of YouTube and Twitter accounts of Mr. Gong Gui, the founder of the new federal state of China, and his many followers. Nicole points out that the mastermind behind all this is the Chinese Communist Party, which controls the freedom of speech not only of the Chinese, but also of people in the Western free world through its control of the mainstream media. We are not only fighting for the freedom of the Chinese, but also for your freedom. Adam thought Nicole's words made sense and learned a lot from them. He encouraged the members from the new federal state of China to stay brave and strong, and to keep fighting the CCP peacefully.